I swear to God, I'm going to break my desk doing that one day. But what is up? I am Shawn Elmore. I'm a pop culture artist and painter, and today my hair is ridiculous. I don't really know what it's doing. We're just going to pretend it's fine. This is a video about every single painting that I have done in 2020. It's been a crazy fucking year, to say the least. But for some reason, probably because I couldn't leave the house, this has been the most productive year of my entire life. I did a lot of cool projects I'm down to talk about right now. I think the first thing I'm gonna do, actually, we're gonna smudge this area with some Palo Santo because, you know, it's needed. We need to keep this bad 2020 juju out of here and bring only positivity into the new year. Get some smudge on real quick. Cleanse my work area. Pandemic aside and everything, 2020 has been an amazing year for me. I got to work with some of my dream collaborations. I got to collaborate with MTV, Miley Cyrus. I just did commissions for Chrissy Teigen, Ozzy Osbourne. It's been wild. But I realized that there's a lot of art that I have made that I haven't really posted about. There's a lot of art that I did post, but most of it has been unreleased and I never posted it. So I'm just gonna start going into all of it and show everything that I got. I got a big stack over here of original paintings. I made all of these this year. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is gonna be a long video because I did a lot of art, but I'm gonna start out with my MTV collaboration and tell you a little bit about that. So earlier this year, I was still in school. Right before graduation, MTV reached out to me and they wanted to do a collaboration. I've talked about it on my BTS video that I filmed, and I painted every member of BTS for MTV. Well, they reached out to me and they wanted to collaborate, and my first collaboration with them was supposed to be Lady Gaga's album, but she delayed it. She delayed Chromatica to whatever month it came out afterwards, and Dua Lipa moved hers up because it had leaked. So the first painting I ever did was my Dua Lipa Future Nostalgia painting. I'll insert a picture of the finished here. But yeah, so this was like the first initial sketch I did, and I was not a fan of how it turned out. So this happens a lot with my paintings. I'll paint something. If it doesn't start to look how I want it within like the first 20 minutes, I scrap it. But then I got this one, which turned into the final. And I added some digital stuff to it and added disco balls in the background that I drew digitally, and that's how we have the one that we made. All of these paintings are in no particular order. That one's first because it was the first one I did for MTV, but the rest of these are just going to be a chaotic mess. I have them organized as like all of my MTV ones are together. I never dated these. I just wrote 2020 on them, so I did this painting of Chloe and Halle for when their album came out. Ungodly Hour. Very good album. This is one of my last ones, so I did a lot of digital stuff to this. This was like the sketch. It doesn't look that great, but once I added my highlights and stuff to it digitally, it was good. So Zendaya for MTV. That was the last MTV collaboration I actually did before the collaboration was up. But I did Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion for WAP. I keep like peeking around the painting because I'm trying to make sure it's in focus, but whatever. This is Halsey for the anniversary of Badlands. Joey King for her birthday. I'm trying to keep these organized while I put them down. This was Kehlani for her birthday as well. I love this painting. I was really, really a big fan of the drips that I got in her hair, so it was like a really cool texture. It was very like loose for me. This one is Shawn Mendes that I did for his birthday. All of these that I'm showing you were all animations as well, so maybe I'll throw them in. I'm probably going to be too lazy to throw them in. You can go to my Instagram at Shawn's art account to see it. But each one was an animation, so the highlights changed and stuff. That's why a lot of these look like this, where it doesn't look as detailed as my normal one because there's no highlights. Like this one has all of the highlights and details already on it, but ones like this, all of the highlights changed like during the animation, so I had to do it digitally, so it was on layers. You get what I'm saying. I did this one of Marsha P. Johnson. We posted it for Pride Month. Now this was for Lady Gaga's Chromatica album release. This is one of my favorites. It's just based off of the album cover. That one I also did all of the highlights were animated, so they're not really on there. This is Sam Smith for their album release, but we ended up posting it for Sam's birthday instead of the album release because they pushed the album back, changed the cover and everything. But yeah, love Sam. This is for Catherine Langford's birthday. And I really enjoyed this one too. This one was a lot of digital stuff in the animation. I love doing blanks and like glittery things to it. That's what most of this was. So then here come all of the BTS paintings that I did. These were all done in like 2 days. My other YouTube video about it, I'll link it here, but I showed every single one and the process behind all of them. Wait a second, let me organize this. I haven't been saying their names. I have them all on here. But every member of BTS, all 7, and luckily I love that MTV still posts these when it's their birthdays, or if they like release something, they still post it. And the fans tend to love these paintings, like BTS fans. All right, so that was all 7 of my BTS paintings. I did this quick painting, like this was a quick one, of Taylor Swift for Folklore when it came out. And yeah. This one was of Selena Gomez, obviously, for when, I don't know if it was for her album or her birthday. I'm pretty sure it was for her birthday. But then I did this one of Harry Styles just as like a summary post. We were like, watermelon sugar. It's very summery and warm. This is Troye Sivan for his birthday. I did it from like the, what's it called? I'm tired of the city. Scream if you're with me. If you want to die, Liz. Take Yourself Home. It was from the Take Yourself Home like photo shoot. And then I also did this of Tyler Posey and Dylan O'Brien from Teen Wolf for the Teen Wolf reunion and anniversary thing. I will show the animation for that because it looks pretty different than that does. But Tyler Posey loved that painting. It was really cool. I'm glad that he saw it. I did this of Megan Thee Stallion from her performance. I forget which award show it was. But this one I also did a lot of digital stuff too, so it doesn't look exactly the same. Plus, as I'm seeing everything right now, it is all flipped, so I'm going to be a little more self-conscious about how it looks, because that's not how it looks. But anyway, this was for Ariana Grande's birthday. I like this one a lot. A lot of people commented on it saying it didn't look like her on MTV's Facebook. I don't care. I like it. I did this of Beyonce for Black is King when that came out. It was a good one. And then I did this one of Katy Perry. There's more that I definitely forgot to post on here, or forgot to put into this stack. I don't know where half of my paintings went, if I'm being honest, but these are just the ones I have. If you want to see the full thing, hashtag MTV X Shawn on Twitter, Instagram, it's all on there. And also it's just on my Instagram too. So that's what I have for the stack of MTV stuff. I definitely still have more in here. Like I have some Miley ones in here that were for MTV, but it's fine. We'll get to those. So now we're going to get into my thesis work for school. So this was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, like in my life, was just my thesis to graduate college. So I decided I was going to do an ad campaign for Louis Vuitton. And I had a bunch of ideas that I couldn't just stick to one because that's me. I'm very indecisive and want to do everything. But I'll show you the final 4 that I did make first, because we had to have 4 images. So I decided, after a lot of trial and error, that I was going to do a Wizard of Oz themed campaign for Louis Vuitton. So I have this soft trunk bag in the poppy field with the snow on it, Emerald City in the background. I enjoyed this one a lot. I'm also going to post, or I'll put the finished versions in here too. This one of like the Tin Man's rain boot with the bag and apples from, you know, the scene where they find the Tin Man. This one is like the first one that I did that I was like, yeah, I want to do the Wizard of Oz. I'll show the finished one again because the highlights were so different, and these ones I was in a rush to do, so I did my highlights all digitally instead of with gouache. But it's supposed to be like the Wicked Witch's feet with the stockings that have the Louis Vuitton pattern on it. Here's the actual finished one. And then this one, which this one really looks different because there's no highlights in person. So that's why I don't sell these originals, because if I sell an original, it's going to have all the highlights done on it already. But here it is. So the whole inside of the jacket went from being plain to having the Louis pattern on it, and I added green smoke to it so it looked like the witch just dissolved and all that's left is her Louis trench coat. That was my concept. But here's some other scraps that didn't make it into the cut. This is Mick Jagger with the Louis Vuitton bag, because I was trying to combine the thought of like old versus new. Again, with the old versus new, I did like an Adam and Eve themed painting, I guess you could say. It's kind of biblical, of the snake with the Louis Vuitton pattern on it with some Louis jewelry and the apple. I was grabbing for straws trying to come up with a good look. And then this is one of my favorites that also didn't make the cut, but it is a lighter chandelier roasting Louis Vuitton marshmallows, which is like super extravagant and crazy, and I love it. But I'll show the finished of all of these too. And then this one, which I didn't even finish, was like a hand lighting a candle that had Louis Vuitton rings all over it. It was just, I was trying to make something kind of surreal. I was stepping out of my comfort zone of portraits, so I didn't want to do any portraiture for my thesis. Well, I wanted to do portraiture, but I wasn't allowed to, so that's at you, all of my professors who told me not to. So then I had like a mini series that I did this October for Halloween. So I did a Scream series. So this is Ghostface with the bloody knife. Love that one. Then I did...
That's not nice.
Okay, anyway. Then I did Billy Loomis licking the corn syrup off of his fingers. But I always keep my throwaways. So this was the original painting. It's crazy to me that it went from that to that. This was horrendous. Like, I really thought... I guess I must have been tired when I started it because... ugly. And then this is Rose McGowan as Tatum from Scream. Just like a random picture of her because I wanted to do a series of my favorite characters. Drew Barrymore as Casey Becker. This is like my favorite one. I love that. And then I did Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott. So that was my Halloween series, was all of Scream, because I love horror, and Scream is one of my favorite horror movies ever. But then this is a much more recent one. This is one of the most recent ones that I've just posted, of Britney Spears based off of her Can I talk? Britney Spears based off of her Toxic music video. And it says Brit Air. I love that. It actually says that in the music video. I didn't come up with that. And then this is Lana Del Rey holding a mask. I forget what magazine photo shoot this is. I want to say it was Interview Magazine. I could be wrong. But the mask isn't on her face, which is very of character for Lana. I love her, but you already know. So then this is another really early one this year. This is Dua Lipa from Physical music video. And I gave her like weight earrings because it was the workout music video that I based this off of. I just love the 80s aesthetic. I thought it was really cool. So I was like, you know what, let's play with that a little bit. Again, these are in no order. That was like February, I think I painted that. I did this of Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. It feels like I didn't even do these this year. Like, these feel so old to me, but I did this of David Bowie as Ziggy Stardust. I did a lot of Bowie this year. This was the first one. I did this. This must have been January. I think it was for his birthday. So whenever David Bowie's birthday was is when I did it. I did this one when I was in school as part of my finals of Grimes for Miss Anthropocene, the album. But I did a lot of digital stuff to this too. So I'll insert the picture. Excuse my burp. This is an unreleased one that, like, I'll have to insert the finish too. I did this one for Tana Mojo. She was going to use it for merch. She never did. It's fine. But her face on the finished is on here, and it just looks really cool. Insert picture. But then I did this of Amanda Bynes. This was, like, early this year, and she actually, when she came out of hiding, she reposted it. And this is one of my most, like, my most engaged with pictures of all time because everybody was like shocked to see Amanda Bynes and she posted my art. It was really cool. It was my little claim to fame. I did this recently of Billie Eilish upside down. I really like this picture. I just love the blue and green contrast. Not contrast, but you know what I mean. Together. Joe Exotic, Mr. Tiger King. I did his mug shot. So this is part of my mugged series, which I will get to more of after the next painting. So then I did this of Veronica Sawyer, which is Winona Ryder from Heathers, of her smoking a cigarette. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I love when I do backgrounds. And now we get to the bulk of the mugged series right now is all 6 of Lindsay Lohan's mugshots. So this is her first one. I posted the dates and everything for all of these on my Instagram if you want to check that out. But this is her second one. This is her third one. This is her fourth one, which was actually the first one that I painted, and this is my favorite one. I just love a red-haired Lindsay. her 5th. And her final one from 2013, which was kind of like viral because of like her contour and she just like looked really good in it. Another one that I did was Sarah Paulson from Ratchet. I did a video about that on here. If you want to watch it, I'll link it. But I did some digital stuff to it too, and I showed the whole process in that video, so you can click there if you want to watch it. I did this one of Billie Eilish. Again, I just love Billie's neon green aesthetic. I don't know why. It's very pleasing to me. I did this of Elton John for Miley Cyrus's Bright Minded show. I did it like to help advertise, and he was a guest on there, so I did that. And for the same reason, I did Cody Simpson, because he was a guest on there, and, you know, he was dating Miley at the time, so it was just fitting. And I did it to help advertise for her. I did this of Hannah Montana, so Miley as Hannah Montana. And, yeah, this is, like, one of my best-selling prints of all time, but this is the original one. Yeah, so that's one of the ones that is on Miley's wallpaper, which, when we get to that, I'll insert pictures, you'll see. I did this of Naomi Campbell in her like hazmat suit for COVID because she wouldn't fly without it. She was very cautious, which she actually posted on her story, which was really cool. I love her. I did these two like go together for Rain on Me. It's Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. I painted them separately, but then I merged them together into one painting. So I'll insert the finished painting here. But yeah, so it was 2 paintings, and then it turned into one cool collage type thing. But I did this painting of Charli XCX for her How I'm Feeling Now book, which I had 5 illustrations in her book and on her vinyl, and that was one of them because she asked me if she could use my art for it. So I was like, wait, let me make you another one too. I did that. It was fun. This one is of Lorde. I did for the 3-year anniversary of Melodrama. And yeah, this is just one of my favorite looks she had on tour. This is like the look that she had for Newark, New Jersey, which I have a picture of her I'll insert here, of me and her hugging, and that's why I was just like, I want to paint that outfit. All right, so then this is JWoww from Jersey Shore. This is the you could stay and get your ass beat or you can stay and get your ass beat scene. This is like one of my favorites of all time. And yeah, she loved it, so I was really happy about that. I told her I would send it to her if she wanted. She didn't respond, but she liked my comment, so make it make sense. This is Dina, her mugshot from Jersey Shore. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Like, you made her look bad. I was like, it was a mugshot. I'm not expecting her to love a mugshot, but it is what it is. I did this painting and never posted it because I was scared that Miley wouldn't approve, which, like, I'm sure she would laugh at it. But it was Nikki saying Miley what's good, which I added the text to it on here digitally. I'll insert here. But yeah, that's my Miley what's good painting, you know. This is one of the, I think this was the first painting I did this year of Miley, because we thought She Is Here was coming in January. So I posted this for the new year. She Is Here did not come, but it is fine. So now we're getting into the Miley collection, which is fun. So I did this from her Wall Street Journal photo shoot of her and her dog Bean. This is also featured in her wallpaper. And then I did this one from the Wall Street Journal photo shoot, and it's also in her wallpaper. And then I did this to commemorate her backyard sessions. That was in August when the, Midnight Sky came out. I did this for the iHeartRadio Festival of Miley for Who Owns My Heart performance because I love Who Owns My Heart and the music video, and she channeled that look, which I actually painted the original looks from Who Owns My Heart. That's in this stack. That was for her wallpaper as well. This wasn't. This was just, I posted it. She loved it. I was hype. I recently did this one of Billie just because I love painting Billie and I loved the idea of like playing with those splatters. This was for Miley's album release for Plastic Hearts. I did a lot of digital stuff to this one too. I added a pink light. I'll insert it here. I also made an animation, which Miley will be using for something, but we don't know what or when. This I did at the beginning. This is an early one too. I did this for Gaga's release of Stupid Love. The artist who made her chokers is Bitch Fist NYC. It is one of my favorite ever. She is incredible. Her name is Juge. I love her. So I gave her the like first print of this, which had a background color, and it was on watercolor paper and signed. It was a 1 of 1, so really cool. I did this painting of Mike Pence with the fly on his head because I don't do political stuff often, but that one I just thought was memeable and funny, so I did it. This is Lady Gaga from her VMA performance with the mask, and I made an animation of this. The mask like lights up and moves. I'll insert that here too. Then this is Jennifer Coolidge as Fiona from Cinderella Story, and this is the "You're not very pretty and you're not very bright" scene, which is like my favorite ever. Back to Jersey Shore, because apparently this one didn't make the cut. This is Sammy Sweetheart from Jersey Shore. I painted all those at once. It was like a little series I was doing. Now this one, I forgot to date it, so I'm not sure if it was 2019 or 2020, but this is Harry Styles for Gucci. I think that this was 2020. But, yeah, then this is from Mean Girls, It's October 3rd. I posted it on October 3rd. Who'd have thunk? Again, don't know if this was 2020 or 2019, including it anyway, because I don't like that influencers promote weight loss. Anyway. This is Miley for her Rolling Stone. This is a more recent one too. This is actually more recent than the Britney Spears one, but yeah, I just did this one. See, nothing is in order in here. This is Jeffree Star smoking a blunt, and he posted this on his story. He tweeted it. He really loved this painting. I would love to send it to him, but I used to love Jeffree's music when I was in middle school because I was edgy and I was punk, goth, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I love Jeffree's music. I loved that he was offensive. It was a different time. I had a MySpace. He was one of my friends on MySpace. Very weird to think about how much time has changed. This is Amy Winehouse. I love her. I do not paint her as often as I used to, and I wish I did. So now, on the same line as Jeffree Star, if we're talking about our problematic, offensive people, I did Trisha Paytas from her King Tut TikTok video. If you don't know what it is, just look up Trisha Paytas King Tut. You'll find it. But I painted this just to make a funny TikTok, and she duetted it and then asked to buy it. And I'm still waiting for a response, but I'll let her buy it. I painted Emma Chamberlain, only using Chamberlain coffee, which is actually my most recent videos. Like the one right before this one, so if you want to watch it, I'll link it too. But yeah, still smells great. It smells just like coffee. Alright, so now we're getting into this. Looks like the big Miley stack. This is the big Miley stack. So this was for her, I forget, it was like whatever it's called. She did a performance of Help by the Beatles. I forget what it was for. It was for charity. But this is the one that turned out to be the merch that I made for Miley. This is one of them, the Born to Run shirt. And I just added sunglasses that I painted separately and everything. But this is also on Miley's wallpaper. I did this of Miley for her Wish You Were Here SNL performance, and she used it as her profile picture on all of her social media, including Facebook, which was really cool. Love her. Posted this for Halloween. This is Hannah Montana as a zombie, and I just liked it. This is one that I never posted, but I did a lot of stuff with, and it is Miley performing zombie, but I made it say like plastic hearts on it, so it was like fitting for the album. I tried to finesse some merch in there, but her merch was already done, so maybe I'll show the merch designs that I did. This one was also for a merch design that didn't get made, of Miley from Midnight Sky, which I'll post that too. And then these two go hand in hand. This was for Prisoner release, Miley and Dua, which I also combined these digitally, like the Rain On Me one. They were two separate paintings, and I made an animation. I actually painted them, and then I scanned it before I added any of like the blood to it. And so there's a version of them that I have on my computer without the blood, and then I painted the blood and I rescanned it, so that way when I could animate it, I can make it flash back and forth between bloody or clean, you know. So this was the Miley for MTV that I did for Midnight Sky release, but it also turned into the Miley shirt that I made because I changed the design a little bit, and it turned out to be Miley's merch, which was really cool. So I did that. So before we get into the Miley wallpaper stuff, I'm gonna jump into the most recent wallpaper I actually did for a cool client. I don't know if this client wants to be named, but I won't for now. But I did a David Bowie wallpaper. I'll insert pictures after I show you all the paintings. But here's one of the David Bowies I did. I think I did 15 David Bowies or 16 for this wallpaper, but only 13 made it or something like that. Another David Bowie. This is my favorite David Bowie with the pink glasses. And then this one from Heroes. There's a lot, and they're all just headshots because they were like cut out digitally for the wallpaper. Aladdin Sane album cover, one of my absolute favorites. I did this one, which is the same as the first one I showed, but with the tongue out, and the guy who I did the wallpaper for didn't really want the tongue out for it, and I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. And then this one, a long-haired, dark-haired David Bowie. Kind of like that vibe. Looks kind of similar. I need a little bit more bang going on, but me and Bowie can vibe. And then David Bowie smoking, which there's plenty of pictures of David Bowie smoking that are iconic, but I liked that one, so. And then this one of a full glam Ziggy Stardust going on right here. And then this one, which is like 60s David Bowie with like the bowl cut, like the Beatles bowl cut, but love it. And then the final one, which is this one. I love the blue eyeshadow. I love the mouth open. I don't know, he has some cool, weird, jagged teeth, and I always loved it. So I'll insert pictures right here of the finished wallpaper. So it came out really cool. I designed this with, her name is Kinley, and her business is called Kinley Danger Inc. She does custom wallpapers for a lot of high-end celebrities, and her and I have been working together on a few really cool projects. And speaking of which, this next one is the real kicker. This is my Miley Cyrus wallpaper I made. So here's one of the headshots. Here's another one from the 2015 VMAs, like her Dead Pets era, with the dreads that were kind of controversial, but Miley knew it was an iconic hairstyle, so it went on the wallpaper. Then there's this one from Bangers. This one did not make the cut, unfortunately, but I still love it. There's this one from Who Owns My Heart with the cribbed hair. This one did not make the cut either. And then this one from Who Owns My Heart with the rollers, which is the one that she recreated for the iHeartRadio performance. So I got to paint the 2020 and the 2010 version. This one, which is one of my favorites from the 2013 VMAs, iconic Miley that everybody hated on because of the tongue, but we stan. And then here's another Hannah Montana that I did for the wallpaper that did not make the cut, which is fine. It happens. I painted 32 and only 24 made it, I think. This one, which I also made into Miley merch for Bright Minded, which Miley paid me for, but we never ended up releasing, which is fine. It happens. But it said, "Leave Miley's Wi-Fi alone" around it, and had a little like Wi-Fi on her tongue. I'll insert a picture of the merch here. But yeah, Miley was obsessed with it, so that's why she wanted it in the wallpaper still. And I did another one of 2015 Miley with the dreads. She originally had a joint in her mouth, so I just omitted that because Miley's sober now. But that one didn't make the cut, just fine. This one got something on it. Like, it looks like some paint dripped on the tongue. It is not in the original painting. Like, I mean, it's on it now, but when I scanned it, it wasn't on it. But this one didn't make the cut either. This one did make the cut, which I was kind of shocked by, but this is like the We Can't Stop era hair with the Coco Chanel number 5 earrings. I love this one. I don't know how well it's going to focus on it, but I love it. This one that didn't make the cut, which was her iconic blonde bun. I didn't get too much direction in which hairstyles that they wanted, so I just painted a bunch of random ones, and then they kind of directed me after that. So the ones where it's like the bun and stuff, like, they didn't make it, which is fine. This one from the Terry Richardson photo shoot of, I just love how the mouth is, and I love that there's like a little splatter in the corner of her mouth. It looks like kind of drippy and gross. I love it. And then this one, which I don't know if this one made the cut. This is like one of my favorites, but from the 2013 Met Gala with the punk spiked look. I really love that one. And yeah, then all of the other heads that were in the wallpaper were from paintings I had already done. So there's some in there that were like, it was like the one that we used for merch, the Midnight Sky one of her holding her boobs, and then like one that I did in like 2017. Yeah, it was from like Dead Pets era, but Miley scrolled down my Instagram and screenshotted all the ones that she wanted for the wallpaper, which was really cool, and she just like sent them over to me. This is another painting I did that was of Miley's grandma. Her name is Mammy, and she recently passed away, so I made that painting, and that's what turned into the merch. So all of these ones I'm talking about in the merch, I did a merch unboxing, I'll link that here. But now I have two really big paintings, like physically large. So let me grab those. This is one of my favorite paintings I've ever done. I made a video about this. It's Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, and Lindsay Lohan in the car together in 2006. I absolutely love this one. Then I also have this one, which I posted and Miley loved, of Miley and Dua Lipa for Prisoner. But I love the shoes on these. I just like love doing full bodies and I never do them. So this was a nice little challenge to do it. And this is why I don't do it though, because I like painting large. Like for a face to take up this whole page is it's kind of large, you know? I also painted Ozzy Osbourne for Ozzy Osbourne. I'll post that picture here. But he has the original on his fireplace mantle, which is really cool. So I don't have the original of Ozzy, but there was some that I did digitally. So I recently just posted about this, but I did a commission for Chrissy Teigen. She wanted to make a commemorative dinner plate for her best friend, and he is a big fan of Reba McEntire, and he loves elephants. So we put those two together and made this. Sorry, there's a glare from my light. But it is Reba drinking out of a Juicy Juice box with an elephant wrapped around her. And I did this one digitally because it had to print on ceramic, and I just didn't want any of like the grain from the paper to ruin the quality or anything. But yeah, that was a really fun one. This painting of Miley on the disco ball from the VMAs, I did this fully digital, even though it didn't really look digital, but I did just because I was animating it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all of the ones that I still have. If I missed any, I probably did, but there's a lot that I've done this year. There was definitely more MTVs that I no longer know where the originals went. Normally I keep everything stored in this big box, which I'm trying to figure out how to organize my studio so I can keep them safe and not ruin them, because these are all memories to me. I'm also not opposed to selling them, so if you saw an original you want, let's talk. That was basically my 2020 in art completely wrapped. So if you liked that and you want to see more of my art, make sure you subscribe, like, comment which one was your favorite, or if you want to see more of something. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shawn Elmore. I'm a pop culture artist and painter, and I hope you had a good 2020. Let's hope that 2021 is even better, because 2020, other than me being productive, was not the best of years for everyone. Have a great New Year's. Stay safe. Wear a damn mask. Bye.